Trees are an important part of our lives. They give us the oxygen we breathe. They provide wood for our homes, furniture, fuel, and countless other necessities that make modern life possible. But have you ever stopped to wonder if trees know how valuable they are? Do they ever question their purpose? Do they ever feel less important because they look different from the trees around them? Imagine, for a moment, that trees could think like we do. Every year, when winter arrives, many trees go through a remarkable transformation. They shed their leaves and stand exposed with bare branches stretching into the cold sky. To the untrained eye, they can appear lifeless, forgotten, even unattractive. Their leaves cover the ground and become a burden for someone who has to sweep them away day after day. Yet, not every tree experiences winter in the same way. Pine trees, cedar trees, spruce trees, fir trees, and many eucalyptus species remain green throughout the season. While some trees stand bare, others continue displaying their beauty. Now imagine how easy it would be for a leafless tree to compare itself. Imagine it looking at the evergreens and wondering, why do they still have their leaves? Why do they still look beautiful? Why do I seem to have lost everything? If trees could compare themselves, perhaps many would spend winter feeling inadequate. But nature tells a different story. The tree that sheds its leaves is not dying. It is surviving. What appears to be loss is actually wisdom. By letting go of its leaves, the tree conserves precious energy and water during a difficult season. Its bare branches are not signs of weakness. They are signs of preparation, signs of endurance, signs of resilience. Beneath the surface, hidden from human eyes, something important is happening. Life is still flowing through the tree. Its roots continue to grow. Its foundation continues to strengthen. Its purpose remains unchanged. Then, after months of cold and hardship, spring arrives. Tiny buds begin to appear. Fresh leaves emerge. Flowers bloom. Birds return. And suddenly, the tree that once looked empty is full of life again. But here's the lesson. The tree did not become valuable when spring arrived. It was valuable throughout winter. Its worth never disappeared with its leaves. Only its season changed. And perhaps that is something we as human beings need to remember. Many of us spend our lives comparing our winters to someone else's spring. We see people succeeding while we struggle. We see people celebrating while we are waiting. We see people flourishing while we feel stripped of everything familiar. And because of that, we begin to question our own value. But the trees remind us that different seasons serve different purposes. The evergreen teaches consistency. The deciduous tree teaches perseverance. One remains green through winter. The other teaches us how to endure loss without losing purpose. Neither is more important than the other. Both belong. Both contribute. Both have value. The same is true for us. Your worth is not determined by your season. A season of waiting does not make you less important than someone experiencing abundance. A season of struggle does not make you less worthy than someone experiencing success. And a season where growth cannot be seen does not mean growth is not taking place. Just like a tree, some of the most important work in your life happens beneath the surface. It happens in the roots, in the quiet moments, in the difficult seasons. It is there that patience is developed, character is strengthened, wisdom is gained, faith is tested and refined. These things may not be visible to others, but they are preparing you for future seasons of growth. A tree never stops being a tree because it loses its leaves, and you never lose your value because life becomes difficult. The winter tree understands something many people forget. Being bare is not the same as being broken. Shedding is not the same as failing. And walking naked through a difficult season is not a sign of weakness. Sometimes it is a sign of strength. So when life strips away the things that once made you feel secure, when you find yourself comparing your journey to others, when you feel exposed, vulnerable, or overlooked, remember the winter tree. Remember its bare branches. Remember its unseen roots. Remember that appearance is not the same as value. And remember that some of the most beautiful things in nature spend an entire season standing naked before they bloom again. That is the beauty of walking naked. Not because you have nothing, but because you have learned that your worth was never in the leaves. It was always in the roots.